was birthday. For y'all who don't know me, I'm Russell Price, Jr. I came to this town in 1972. And former PG County police officer. And that's how I got into the relationship aspect.
I was scared to say that.
I was doing so much situational relationships, and I felt that it had to be told to help people about relationships. So my first book I wrote was called You Might Not Have a Woman If, because I was locking up a lot of men who were involved in relationships and it wasn't necessary. So I wrote this book to empower men to show them it might not be your woman. And I gave examples. If she has caller ID and you don't have index finger retrieving privileges, might not be your woman. But don't ask who's calling, because if she was your woman, you would know who's calling. A lot of men got in trouble with a situation like that, thought they had a woman and it wasn't. They had a slot versus a position, and it was confusing. But also, further down the road, I found that women were dealing with men who were not men. Before Steve Harvey, before Michael Basin, I was on the radio talking about relationships. The book I wrote was, Is He Your Man or Is Your Head in the Sand? And it's straight talk, no chaser. Talks about things that men do to string you along. That's my expertise. I can tell you what you got instead of calling it what it's not. Most women in relationships think they have a man, but they don't. But the man will let you know straight up whether he's a man or not, whether he has a man card or not. There's chapters in the book called Shacking Somebody's Lacking. Equally yoked, engagement ring but no date. But shacking somebody's lacking. If a man moves in your house, he's truly not your man. But how many women do you know say, me and my man live together? Her head in the sand. Because a man will automatically lose his man card the minute he moves into a house. And that's why it escalates to the point where he has to call the police, or she says, get out of my house, etc., etc. But the book will empower women to understand what they got instead of calling it what it's not. But we want to talk about relationships here. We'll open up the forum. If you have any kind of questions about relationships, what I can do is you give me the scenario, and I can tell you what you got instead of calling it what it's not. Situations that women think they're in, and they're not really, it's not really real. But if you can empower yourself to understand that, that's what's happening. Steve's book, I call it the morning after pill. If you get involved in relationships and your head is all messed up and now you know what to do, Steve's book will help you. My book is the birth control pill. If you read my book, you will never have to worry about being in a relationship that's not a relationship. Because it talks about things, there's a chapter in there for young women. It's called The Power of Virginity. Women, that's the power. You ever women say, I want to be married, I want to get married, I want a husband. I like to have a husband. It starts with the power of virginity. If you are a virgin, you can get a husband. Does that kind of make sense? Doesn't make sense to you, but it does make sense. In other words, if you actually are a virgin young woman and your goal is to be married, if you hold your virginity out and say, if that's what I want from a husband, somebody will marry you just for the virginity. I mean, that's serious. It's serious. But make a long story short, it talks about things in that book that will empower you to understand what you got. Engagement ring with no date. If a man gives you an engagement ring and there's no date, are you truly engaged? You're not really engaged, because if he was serious about being engaged, he would set a date, go to the register, announce it, put in the Washington Post. How many people can put in the Washington Post if there's no date? The Washington Post won't even take the engagement. So is your head the same? Is he your man or is your head the same? Also, married man. If a man is married, can he be your man? He really can't be your man. But you have women dealing with men who say, I'm separated, legally separated, but he's definitely not your man. He's a married man. So these are the things that the book talks about. Shacking, somebody's lacking, equally yoked, engagement with no date, power of virginity, when children in the home. There's a chapter called When Children Are in the Home. Any man that will definitely come in your house, you got small children, and he comes out of your bedroom and sits down with your 3-year-old son that has Cheerios, he's not your man. At 3 years old, that young boy will not know, but when he gets to be 5, he's going to say, Mommy, is that my daddy? Where's his house? How come he's in this house? So, is he your man or is your head in the sand? A man would not do that to your son or your daughter. Does that kind of make sense? So, the book is available online. I have flyers for you. You can buy the book right now as an e-book, but also it'll be out as a hardback and also a paperback. But I want to thank you all for coming out. Any questions? What? Any kind of scenario? Give me a scenario. Give me a scenario about a relationship. Somebody give me a scenario about a relationship.
I have one.
Go ahead.
What do you do with a mama's boy?
A mama's boy?
Yeah.
First off, you just said straight up, a mama's boy. He's a boy and he's with his mama. Anybody that likes his mama over his woman is not a man. So if you're dealing with a man and he's talking about his mama all the time or his mama is helping him out, you have no man. Now you make a decision. What you got is no man. If you like the guy, deal with him, but he's definitely not no man. Because a mother can never tell a man nothing about him and his woman. It's not going to happen. If a man loves you, his mama can't influence you because you're giving him something his mama can't give him.
So you recommend just walking away from this?
If you want a man, I mean, you know what you got. You know what you got. See the call of what's not. If you want a man, walk away from a man who's a mama's boy, because he'll never be your man.
What is a mama?
A mama's boy is like. Well, tell them what a mama's boy is. What's your opinion of a mama's boy?
A mama's boy would choose his mother over you. For example, mama calls, he's out.
Right. That's what a mama's boy is. She said a mama's boy will choose his mama over you. In other words, when the mama calls, he gets up out of your bed and go see his mama. Is that a man?
Yeah, but on the other hand, if he don't love his mama, he can never love her.
He can love his mother, but we're talking about, it's two separate categories. You can love your mother. There's nothing about loving your mama. It's about if the mother calls, mother's not sick, she ain't got no ailments, she just called and say, son, I want you to go over here and give me some coffee. And he gets up out of his woman's bed and go see his mama. That's a mama's boy. There's nothing wrong with loving your mother. Your mother, a man's going to love his mother. He's going to pick a woman just like his mother to marry. But he's not going to cater to his mama over his woman. That's where you have a mama's boy. Give me one more.
A man who cheats.
Well, a man who cheats is quite apparent not satisfied, but he's not trying to be a man to you. There's something lacking in the relationship, so he wants something somewhere else. In this day and age right now, let's be clear on this. A man does not have to cheat. If a man is a man called, be up front. Tell a woman straight up front, I need somebody other than you. You want Wednesdays, Tuesdays, or Thursdays. But don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to cheat. And this time, I'm serious. You know, when you're young and you're immature as a man, you may lie, cheat, maneuver stuff. But in today's, what we're talking about now, like 2009, if you're a man and you have a man card, you be upfront. Don't ever lie to a woman. Don't cheat. Domestic violence, all that's out. This is a whole new day. You tell a woman straight up, I'm not going to be with just you because you can't handle just me. I need somebody else. And then she makes a decision. You follow what I'm saying? The ball's in her court. A lot of women can't handle the truth, though. If you tell a woman the actual truth, you meet a man and he starts telling you the truth, can you really handle that? If you meet a man, like say, out and about at a conference somewhere, and you start exchanging numbers, a little email thing, and he tells you the truth, you say, look, I just met you. I like you. I want to get to know you, I want to date you, but right now I've got me a cold-blooded freak that I'm seeing on Wednesday. I also have a girl that sponsors me, semi-sponsors me if I need $5,000. She gives me $5,000. But I also have a wife that I'm separated from in Florida. That's the truth. Can you handle the truth? Somebody can't handle the truth. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the truth.
I can handle the truth. You
can handle the truth, right? So the name of the game is, this lady said good.
Yeah, I can handle the truth. Because then I would say bye-bye.
But she was talking about cheating. If he didn't tell you that, it's still the truth. Now he's going to cheat on you. What would you rather have? Him tell you the truth or cheat on you?
Tell me the truth.
Tell you the truth. So,
why can't they tell the truth? That's what I want to know.
Because they don't want you to walk, like you said, you're going to say bye-bye. A lot of men don't want that. Go ahead.
We got to talk about the numbers.
What about the numbers?
It's not enough men for the woman.
Let me explain something to you about the numbers. Let's be clear the numbers, okay? You realize you always you always hear that the numbers are out of proportion. There's more women there is men. Do you realize that some women that the numbers do not apply? You should not worry about the numbers. You gonna get if you got your stuff together, you gonna get a man. You gonna get those that apply.
That may be true. However, you may have your stuff together and you may have a man, but what about all the women that, I mean, it's just not enough men to go around for the women. For instance, I heard a statistic that 42.7% of black women never ever get married. Where are those men? Let's talk about where the men are. The men are either incarcerated, they're gang banging, they're killing each other, they're on the down low, they gay or they dead.
I can tell you where those men are.
Go ahead.
Those men are walking by you in the grocery store or somewhere.
They are, but not enough of them.
They're the same men in some cases that walk by women and say, good morning, how are you? And some women will walk right by and don't acknowledge them or barely speak.
Okay, good. Okay, but like he said, the women, there's men, ladies, there's never going to be enough men to go around. You ever heard about CCL? When it comes to relationships, if you're a woman looking for a man and you're worried about the ratio, I say to you, CCL, could care less. Worry about what you want in a man and go after the person for you.
If the numbers were in my favor, I would say the same thing.
The numbers don't matter. It's like right now, even for a man situation, there's more women than there is men, and it's in the favor of the men. But you think that's good for the man? No. Because the man still wants a certain kind of woman.
The man may want a certain kind of woman, but the man has more women to choose from.
That's true, but step up your game. Yeah, step your game up.
I mean, but that's easy for you guys to say. I mean, come on, that's easy for you guys to say.
Hold up a minute. We're gonna change this segment a minute. Baron's got something he's gonna put on.
Well,